In this video, we will explore how ChatGPT4, the paid version, can perform qualitative data analysis. We will analyze text data to identify insights and then quantify the findings of the qualitative analysis and visualize the data. Let's start by grounding ourselves in what is meant by qualitative data analysis. Qualitative data analysis involves exploring and interpreting non-quantitative data, such as textual information. This process encompasses collecting, structuring, and examining data to uncover themes and trends, address research questions, and uncover insights to enhance products, experiences, or the organization as a whole. Using ChatGPT4, we will analyze 500 online reviews from 2023 for our pretend hotel, the Crossroads Inn. The hotel is an inviting oasis directly across the street from the Mall of America. This prime location, combined with its careful, curated amenities, ensures every guest enjoys a convenient and luxurious stay. Within the dataset, here are the columns we have: customer ID, date of the review, review score, gender of the reviewer, age of the reviewer. From that, we then inferred birth year and their generation, and then we have the text of their review. We all know ChatGPT sometimes hallucinates, that is, makes things up. So that we have a source of truth, I've done the analysis both in Python and Excel. The heart of qualitative data analysis lies in coding and thematic analysis. Coding involves labeling the text segments with tags or codes representing their core idea or theme. This time-consuming step is crucial as it transforms raw text into categorical data, making it manageable and organized for deeper analysis. Following coding, thematic analysis takes center stage, where codes are reviewed, combined, and refined into significant themes that encapsulate the primary insights from the data. This phase is iterative, requiring multiple reviews to ensure that the themes accurately represent the data's nuance. Once the data has been thoroughly analyzed and insights gathered, the results are communicated to stakeholders and decision makers to make positive organizational change. Qualitative data analysis provides great, meaningful information, but it is time-consuming. So let's have ChatGPT help us and do this faster. Now, I've given ChatGPT the persona of an expert qualitative data analyst. I've attached the file here of the data, the CSV, and I've asked ChatGPT to review the data and then describe it. I've also given ChatGPT some additional context and information about the Crossroads Hotel. Basically, the type of information you would probably find on its website. Why? Because I want ChatGPT to have as much information about this hotel as possible so that it can form even deeper insights. If we were asking a human analyst to do this, they would be able to have this information as well. They'd probably review the website, they'd probably review a brief about this project. And so we're going to help ChatGPT form even deeper insights, but giving it just a little bit extra information. Let's get more familiar with our reviews. So, please provide descriptive statistics, max, min, mean, median, and mode of the review score, and graph the quantity of reviews by score. Wow, that was quick. Let's take a look at this. So we can see a graph here by quantity of scores. So we've got some 1s, some 2s, and 3s, but hotel seems to be doing pretty good with a lot of 4s and 5s. And if we look at the average score, it's 3.79. We have some additional information here, and ChatGPT explains the data a little bit more to us here in a textual format. I compared this to our source of truth, and this data is accurate. So let's move on to the next step. Please do the same for the age variable. Here, we learn that of these 500 individuals, their mean age is about 48. Our youngest reviewer is 25, and our oldest is 76. Wow. Now, let's do the same for generation. We can quickly see that the majority of people who are giving reviews are in Gen X or millennials. And if we look down here, ChatGPT tells us that most of these individuals were born in the 1960s and late 1990s. I think this graph would be really helpful in a future report, but it's not in our brand colors. So let me ask ChatGPT to remake the graph in the following colors that align with our brand colors. Also, I wanted to add the count and the percentage to each bar on the graph. This is great, but how do I get this into a future report? If I click Save As, it doesn't let me save the file. I could take a screenshot with the snipping tool, or I could ask ChatGPT to make it so that there's a link for me to download this as a PNG file. Let's do that. Wow, just like that, I've got this beautiful graph in our brand colors that's easy to read that I can put in a future report. Now let's take a look at reviews by gender. Please create a pie chart of gender and add the count and the percentage to the pie chart. Please use a certain color for men and a different color for women, and I'm giving it the specific colors. Now, what's interesting is our data lists gender as M and F, so male and female, but I'm referring to that as men and women. So ChatGPT is going to have to interpret that information to get it right. Here is our pie chart, and we can see that it's almost 50-50. So 48.6% of the reviews were written by women or females, and 51.4 by men or males. Now, let's see if ChatGPT can summarize what we've learned so far from looking at this quantitative data. This is a nice textual summary of the data we've reviewed so far. I could copy and paste this and put it into the notes slide of a PowerPoint or Google slide deck, or maybe use this in Word when I tell a narrative story about this data. However, you must always check ChatGPT's outputs. We know that more reviews were written by men, but yet here it says clientele tends to be middle aged with slight female majority among reviewers. Well, we know from the data that it just showed us and our source of truth in the Python notebook and Excel, this is accurate. This is the right number and percentage, but yet it came to the wrong conclusion. So always verify the information. Now, over time, you're learning these skills of how to do qualitative or quantitative analysis with ChatGPT for when it's got an even bigger, stronger brain or when a better tool comes along. So these are all transferable skills. Now we are ready to understand the themes in our dataset. Because of ChatGPT's little hiccup, I restarted ChatGPT and reloaded the data so it became familiar with it again. Now, let's ask it to perform qualitative data analysis on the textual reviews. I'm going to ask it to find 5 positive themes and 5 negative themes. I'm doing this because otherwise it might give me too broad of a view, so I'm trying to focus it on 5 and 5. Let's look at our positive themes. comprehensive hospitality. Guests appreciate the detailed and complete hospitality experience. Guests like our gourmet breakfast buffet. They find that we offer exceptional service. There's business and convenience. The business center and its proximity to Mall of America are valued. And we have attentive staff. But now let's look at our negative themes. Basic amenities. Some guests found the room amenities basic, mentioning issues with charging for standard features and an overall lack of luxury in the experience. Dining experience. The on site dining options sometimes found lacking in ambience and dish variety, with some guests desiring more depth in the menu. Outdoor pool. Well, the outdoor pool is criticized for not being suitable year round. Well, we are talking about a hotel in Minnesota where it is a frozen tundra most of the year. Service inconsistencies. A few reviews mention inconsistencies in staff service and cost versus luxury. There are concerns about pricing of the hotel's services and amenities. Let's dive a little bit deeper into the dining experience. So tell me more about the negative dining experience. Provide a quantitative breakdown by generation and month of those negative reviews. Also provide three verbatims of this type of negative review. Let's take a look at this summary. So for the negative reviews about the dining experience, only one was from a baby boomer, four were for Gen X, and then seven were for millennials. Here is the actual verbatims. Our stay was generally good, though there was some disappointments, particularly with the dining options. The menu was quite limited and lacked the creativity we were expecting. This was surprising given the hotel's reputation. The staff, especially Maria and Floyd in the restaurant, were lovely. However, the food did not live up to our expectations. The dishes were somewhat bland and did not offer much in terms of variety. It was a letdown given the overall quality of the hotel. And this one, while the local plate showcases a variety of local flavors, we found the execution lacking. The dishes seemed to be trying too hard, resulting in flavors that didn't quite mesh well. It's a shame, as the concept had potential. Now let's flip that and get a sense of the same thing, but for positive reviews. So tell me about the positive dining experiences and basically repeat that previous step. Here, let's look at some positive reviews. Enjoyed the local fare at the local plate, particularly the farm to table dishes that highlighted regional ingredients. It was a delightful surprise for such quality dining in a hotel restaurant. Definitely a highlight of our stay. The local plate served up comforting local dishes with a twist. Every meal we had was memorable, and the ambience of the restaurant added to the experience. Kudos to the chef for making the dining experience one of the best parts of our trip. The Crossroads Inn offers unbeatable convenience for foodies. We love the breakfast buffet and the gourmet options available. The proximity to local dining options was a plus, but we found ourselves preferring the hotel's own restaurant for most meals. Okay, some people liked the dining experience and some people didn't. Let's quantify that. So, quantify how many positive and negative reviews were about the dining experience. Provide a count of these and then display them in a pie chart, with green being positive and red being negative, and also add the percentage. Well, the pie looks positive. We only have a small 11% of these reviews that are negative, and about 89% of people really like the dining experience. Let's move on to look at another component of the data. We dove pretty deep into dining experience. Now let's go back up and have ChatGPT review all of our reviews and code them for our five top themes. and then to provide the average review score for those themes and the overall sentiment for the theme, and then provide the associated characteristics with them, such as gender and generation. This is a wealth of information here. So let's see what these 5 themes are. We have a theme of service and quality, and ChatGPT is telling us the associated keywords. We have value and pricing, accommodations and facilities, location and accessibility, and spa and relaxation. For theme 1, we see that the average score is 4.41. Our sentiment is 0.35. That is, -1 would be the most negative, and 1 would be the most positive. So overall, the sentiment is positive. For value and pricing, our average score is 4.13. Again, we've got some good sentiment there. Here, for accommodations facilities, our average score is 2.8, and our average sentiment is only 0.1. It is saying it's overall positive, but this theme significantly lower average score and sentiment, indicating some dissatisfaction or concerns regarding the hotel's accommodations and facilities. Theme 4, location and accessibility. Again, 4.25, good sentiment. And then lastly, theme 5, spa and relaxation, a 4.96. Wow, this is our highest average score and sentiment. So, whatever the hotel is doing there, they're doing it great. Here, we can look at these themes by generation. So, for theme 1, baby boomers and Gen X show high appreciation for the services and quality, with average scores about 4.5 for baby boomers and slightly higher than that for Gen X. Value and pricing. Again, we know this is very strong. Let's dive into that accommodations and facilities. This theme shows the most significant variation in scores across generations, with baby boomers rating it higher than millennials and Gen X. However, all scores are relatively lower than other themes, particularly for Gen X and millennials, suggesting common concerns or dissatisfaction with these facilities. Males and Gen Z showed an outlier positive response with a score of 4, indicating a potential different set of expectations or experiences. Now that's good, but I think in the data set we had less than 6 reviews that were Gen Z, so this is an outlier within itself. Location and accessibility, again, really positive. And then the spa. Everyone seems to like that. Where females rate the spa and the relaxation theme slightly higher than males. So here are our insights. Baby boomers tend to give higher scores across themes, possibly indicating a higher satisfaction level or different expectations compared to younger generations. Gen X and millennials show more variation in their responses, especially in themes related to accommodations and facilities, suggesting room for improvement in these areas. And then, as we know, the spa and relaxations area is a standout for this whole. Gender differences are generally minor, with some variations in specific themes like value and pricing, suggesting that gender may influence perception of certain aspects of the hotel. Now that we have this data, let's zoom in to learn a little bit more about the issues we have with accommodations and facilities. So I'll ask ChatGPT, what are 6 things the hotel could consider doing to improve that low rating? Let's look over these recommendations. Modernize room amenities, enhance room cleanliness, improve our business facilities, expand and upgrade the fitness and recreational facilities, address noise and privacy concerns, and maybe personalize the guest experience. These are all good ideas. When I looked at the data with my human eyes, I noticed that some people referred to themselves as members in their reviews and some as non-members. I want ChatGPT's help to figure out the average review score for those who are identified as members and those who are not. And also, based on the themes that we previously defined, I want to know how members and non members feel about each of these themes. I've had to restart ChatGPT again, so I'm also giving it the themes that it's already defined so that it can align its analysis to them. Great. So we see that members' average review score is 3.41, while non-members is actually higher at 3.84. Let's zoom into accommodations and facilities, our area of focus. Members talk about accommodation and facilities more, 37.16%, compared to non-members, 22.3%, which might reflect members' high engagement with our expectation from the hotel's physical offerings and amenities. So members probably are familiar with our brand and have certain expectations that we may or may not be meeting at the Crossroads Inn. Something I forgot to do when we were looking at the 5 key themes was to have ChatGPT make a histogram of it. So let's do that and also ask it to create a table of the themes, the review count, and the average review score. Great! We now have a nice visual for a report and a table for the report as well. Let's ask ChatGPT one last question. Please project what our average review score could be by the end of 2024. So based on the numbers alone, if we were to do nothing, ChatGPT thinks that we could have a 4.21 average review score. That's a simple linear regression. I did that in Python as well. We can see here that all of our scores are tending to go up. But through our report, hopefully our business will want to dive deep into fixing some of these accommodations and facilities, because then we can increase our score even more. Through this qualitative data analysis, we learned a lot about the Crossroads Inn. But we also saw that while ChatGPT was helpful, it frequently had to be restarted, and we needed to have a source of truth to verify against. So, ChatGPT can be helpful when analyzing small bits of data, but today it's not ready to do all the heavy lifting for us. But it's good to be understanding how to use prompts and when to use these capabilities, because we know in the future ChatGPT or other capabilities like it will be able to do this type of work much more seamlessly. Let's have ChatGPT make one last visual for a report, a word cloud. Thank you for watching this video. Please remember to like, comment, and share this video and subscribe to this channel for more content like this. Please let me know below in the comments what you'd like to see in a future video. Thank you.